Fit and 10 Nation, it is day 57 of the Fit and 10 Challenge. And, I'm not changing the date of the finale. Okay, we're going to run on the 29th. There's already people who have taken the 29th off, made sure they're not going anywhere that weekend. Because of the finale, there's going to be enough people here, so there's just no point in me changing it. I know some of you can't make it, but, some of you can't make it the weekend after. So it seems like I'm getting enough consensus now that there's going to be enough people for the finale on the 29th. That's right, 29th of June. So that means we're going to run the scans on probably the Tuesday and the Wednesday following the challenge, okay? I'll probably run from Monday to Wednesday. I need to get the scans done by Wednesday because I need to do the tally of all the mathematics and all that kind of stuff. Plus I got to get the goodie bags ready. Plus I got to get all the stuff, all the balloons, everything. Confetti, the horns, the party hats. I need to get it all together, so I need some extra time, so we got to get the scans in by Wednesday. Make sure you do your scan with me, unless there's some sort of exception, like some major exception, like you're sick or it's the time of the month for you or whatnot. Okay? All right. Let's get into some questions here. So this question was from yesterday. This person is asking about people doing their lift sequences fast or slow. Which is better? Okay, so the short answer on this is slow. You want to do, so this is slow on your eccentrics. Okay, so you want to think about when the muscle is going through the muscles at hand, whatever muscles you're working at hand, when they're going through the stretch phase, that's the eccentric phase. Generally speaking, with most exercises, that's on the down phase. Not every single exercise, but like an exception to that will be like a lat. If you're doing a lat pull down, like on a machine, that would be an exception, okay? But generally speaking, okay, when you're working with dumbbells or barbells, which is what you guys are working with, the eccentric phase will be the down phase. You are going to go slow to keep the muscle under tension, and you get more stimulation, you get more muscle damage by going slow on the eccentric, okay? And that's what we want. We want to stimulate the muscle. We want to cause some damage. We want to make some stuff happen. Yes, I'm drinking coffee again. I know, very abusive. It's not going to go on for very long though. Anyways, I digress. You want to go slow on your eccentrics, okay? So on your concentric phase on the way up, you can explode. Okay, you can go fast. You want to minimize your time between reps as well. Okay, so like an example might be. I don't know, let's take a squat, okay? So you're squatting down really slow, you're reaching the bottom, you could pause at the bottom, that would even increase the intensity even more, so you're gonna sit in that stretch position. Then you're gonna explode up when you reach the top. Obviously you're going to reach the top and squeeze your quads and your glutes and all that good stuff, but you're not gonna spend too much time at the top because you wanna come back down to keep the muscles under tension. Now we already saw the difference when we did walking lunges, for instance. When we did walking lunges that you did with me on, what was it, last Monday, you saw that when we did the lunge and you stop and you meet your feet and just in that fashion, you saw that it was much easier than when I asked you guys to lunge non-stop. You kept walking through. There was no break in between reps, right? Because the muscle's it's not like tension off, tension on, tension. It's like tension on all the time, right? So, you want to think about these things. This makes a big difference when you're working out. And it makes a big difference because you can feel it, right? You feel that difference, okay? All right. So, slow on the way down, generally speaking, okay? There's some exceptions. Sometimes eccentrics is on the way up, but generally speaking, barbell and dumbbell work, slow on the way down. You're going to power up on the way up, and you want to minimize your rest between reps, okay? Now, how long between reps? Like, no more than like a second, okay? Like, you should come up, just the rep ends, you should basically start the rep again, okay? Like half a second, okay? Now, how much time between sets? This depends. Generally speaking, smaller exercise for what we're after. Generally speaking, smaller exercise. Isolated movements where we're working smaller muscle groups, we're going to rest between 45 seconds to a minute, okay? On the bigger movements, I know we don't always follow this in class, but we don't have that much time, and that's why I move faster. On the bigger movements like your bench press, your squats, your deadlifts, your rows, you can leave 2 minutes between sets. Okay, you need a little more recovery. There's more musculature at hand. There's more of your cardiovascular system is being worked on this. Okay, that doesn't really explain it well. It's just more toll on the body. Okay, there's more of an oxygen demand, so there's going to be more toll on your cardiovascular system. So you're just going to need more recovery because of that. Okay, you want to be able to put maximum intensity into every set. Okay, to change your body composition for the better. That's what we're after. Okay. All right, how we doing for time here? Jeez, 5.5 minutes already. Okay, let's talk about this. This is sort of a two-part. Here's the message of the day. Message of the day is this. When you take ownership of your problem or problems, the problem or problems get solved. Okay? When you take ownership, and I'm going to emphasize ownership. When you take ownership of your problem or problems, your problems get solved. This is something I always remind myself. This is something I have to continuously remind myself. Sometimes I find myself, there's a problem in my life, and I'm like, well, why can't so-and-so fix this? It's like, dude, why don't you fix it? Why don't you take ownership of it and make it? So, I'm not saying, I give you guys all this advice, right? But I want to let you know that this is stuff that helps me, so I'm hoping it's going to help you as well, right? So, this quote, the quote is, this comes from a guy named Jocko Willink. He's an ex-Navy SEAL. He's a super intense dude, and he talked about when he was in Iraq, and he had there's a big catastrophe that happened, and a bunch of people got killed, and his team got injured, blah blah blah, and he had to go back and have a debrief and everything. Everybody on his team was taking the blame. Like every single person said, no, it's my fault. This person said, no, it's my fault. And so everybody was taking the blame for it. And he said, he basically the point of his message was, or his message was, when the team takes ownership of its problems, or its problem, in this case it was a problem, okay? So when the team takes ownership of its problems, the problems get solved, okay? So this is really, really important because I always want you guys to look at what you are doing and see how you can change it. This is so important for anything in life, right? Take ownership of the problem, and you trust me, you're going to be that much more able to solve the issue, okay? All right, submit, commit, do what you got to do here. It's day 57. Can you believe it? Day 57, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. See you guys. Work hard. You got 2 more weeks. 2 more plus weeks, okay? Go hard. Go hard. I'm going hard. You should go hard too, okay? Make it happen. Do. You got to do. Make it happen. See you guys.